Alright, so what's the one way that we have solved these so far? By, what have we done for the last 2 days? Graphing. Yep, we've graphed these now for the last 2 days. Today, we're going to start doing these by substitution. Okay? And I think that this is the hardest one. So you really need to pay attention to this because it gets super confusing. Okay? Deal? Yes? No? Maybe? Come on, guys. I need a little bit of... Gotta help me out here a little bit and participate. Participate in your learning. Alright. So, what happens... And we're not going to look so much at this. We have y equals 3x. Correct? And we have x plus y equals negative 32. Okay? So whatever y equals, which is what? 3x. Put a box around it. So box up 3x. Okay? And what equals 3x? Y. So we can plug this in for y. So I'm going to take this y and I'm going to make it 3x. Okay, we're substituting it in for y. Okay, write this down, guys. Come on. You got to follow along with this. Like I said, this is going to be the super confusing one. Okay, now I can take this and I can solve it because I just have x's in there, right? I don't have any y's. Okay, so x plus 3x gives me 4x equals... So how do I solve this? Divide by 4. X is what? Negative 8. Okay, now, so I have negative 8 as the x part of my point. Now what do I need? I need the y. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it back in to my box. Into the box that I just made. Okay, because x is what? Negative 8. So y equals 3 times negative 8, which is negative 24. So my intersection point is negative 8, negative 24. I'm not sure why some of you aren't writing this down. Killing me. Killing me. Alright. So, in this case, what does y equal? So we're on the next page, so that means you gotta flip the page. Okay, so we have x equals, or y equals what? X minus 4. So put x minus 4 into the box. Okay, and what are we plugging it in for? Y. So it's going in for y right there. So it's going to be 4x plus, what am I putting in? X minus 4 equals 26. Do we all get that part so far? Are you sure? Because that seems to be the hardest part. Okay, you're taking whatever is in this box and plugging it in for what it is in the next equation. Okay, so now that we have that, we can solve it. What do I have here? 5x minus 4 equals 26. Now what? 5x equals 30. Divide by 5. X equals 6. So my x part is 6. Now where do I put that? Back in to the box. Okay, so y equals, what did we just say x was? Minus 4 is 2. So y equals 2. So my point is 6, comma 2. That is where my two lines intersect. Okay, it's not super easy, is it? Think so? All right. Okay, so now in this one, do I have x equals or y equals? I have x equals. Okay, so put that in the box. So this time the bottom part goes in the box because it's x equals negative 1y minus 5. So now what am I plugging that in for? X this time because it's x that equals that. So I'm plugging it in. I'm going to plug it in right there. Okay, so I'm going negative 4 times, what am I plugging in for that x? Negative 1y minus 5 plus 7y equals negative 2. Now I have this giant equation I need to work out. Okay, so what's my first step to solving this? Distribute, so I get 4y plus 20. Be careful with that. A negative and a negative makes a plus. And then I still have plus 7y equals negative 2. Yes, sir? Because we put this in for x right there. And then we just rewrote everything else, just exchanging this for my x. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay? So now how many y's do I have? What? 11y plus 20 equals negative 2. What do we do? Yeah, minus 20, sorry. I zoned out there for a minute. 11y equals negative 22. Divide by 11 and we get negative 2. So y is negative 2. What do I put it back up for? Y. I always put it back up into the box. I always put it back up into the box. So x equals negative 1 times, what's my y? Negative 2 minus 5. X equals negative 1 times negative 2. 2 minus 5. X equals negative 3. So what's my point? What is it? Negative 3, negative 2. Remember, it's always x, comma, y. So be careful with that. All right, what do I box up? So what do I box up? What am I putting inside my box? X plus 7 is going in my box. Okay, and it's going in for what this time? Y, because it equals y, so it's going right there. So we rewrite that equation, 2x plus 3 times what goes right there? X plus 7 equals 31. So what do I have to do? Distribute. So 2x plus 21 equals 31. So how many x's? 5x plus 21 equals 31. Now what? Minus 21. 5x equals 10. X equals 2. Now where does that go? into the box. Okay, so y equals, what's x? 2 plus 7, or y equals 9. So my point of intersection is, good. Oh, we got all kinds of stragglers coming in today. You weren't the only one, don't worry, Haley. Yeah, so you have like an extra hour to get here. Uh-oh. Now what? I have to make it to be y equals or x equals. Okay, so let's look at the top one. Can I get either y equals or x equals pretty easy? I can get y equals, right, by doing what? I can add x, and I can add x. So y equals x plus 1. So what goes into my box? X plus 1 is in that box, and it's going in for y. So I have 2x plus who? X plus 1 equals negative 2. So now what? 3x plus 1 equals negative 2. Now what? Minus 1. 3x equals negative 3. Divide by 3, x is negative 1. Where does it go? Into the box. Y equals, what's x? Negative 1 plus 1. So y is 0. My intersection point is negative 1, 0. This is crazy stuff, right? Okay. Is it